Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, nearly Friday tomorrow. Nice and bright, nice and crispy. Oh, it's freezing cold. Hope everyone is doing good. It's a transfer window news show discussing lots of things, lots of developments since late afternoon yesterday up until today. Lots going on, as you know. Love the transfer window. Lots of news, lots of links, lots of gossip, lots of issues for West Ham United. As you all know, we are in the middle of a injury issue with all of our good players out for 1 to 2 months. That's Paqueta, that's Bowen. Mavropanos should be back for the Bristol City game. We'll see if that is true. Kudos is away on the AFCON, but he's got a slight injury as well. So when he comes back, I don't know, towards the end of this month, early next month, we'll see if he's fit or not. But yeah, lots of news, and I think it's good news. I think there's lots of movement. I think it's well-known fact that, we've got an injury crisis, and David Sullivan and the board seem to be quite active early, being forced to be that way. And in making moves, David Sullivan was seen at under-21 match. And we've been told that, we really got to get players out and players in. Kara, as you know, has gone on loan to Monaco. Financially, looks like we don't have to pay the wages, but we've only got sort of €500,000 as an upfront payment with an option. They can buy him, I think, 11-12 million euros, subject to a lot of things. I have a doubt if those things will be met and they have to buy him. I just doubt it. I think all these clubs outside the Premiership, like I said, are absolutely skint, really. Benrahma, our very own beloved side Benrahma, whose career the last 2 years has not really gone anywhere. He has won a trophy, I know that, but in terms of league appearances under David Moyes, he wasn't really a David Moyes player. Like I said, they wanted to sign Eze. Sullivan wouldn't let him until Felipe Anderson left in that particular window. By then, Eze had gone to Palace. We looked to who's available, being kind of reactive, not proactive. He was available. They went for him. Didn't have the money. Had that argument with Brentford, and he was kind of, was it loan initially and then made permanent in the next window when we did have the money, wasn't it, really? But nah, I think he's not physical enough for David Moyes. He doesn't like tackling, he doesn't like to win the ball back, and he's just too skillful. Classic old school West Ham player. He's not right for David Moyes. Might be right for one or two other managers who like to play in a more skillful, technical way, but not for David Moyes, really. So he's never fitted in. He used to be the famous guy, always sort of substituted after 62, 61 minutes. He's 28, 29 years old. Just been a waste of a signing for me, really, in terms of the league. He's not really shown me to be a Premiership reliable week in, week out player, really. Substitute at best. Did well with the penalties last season. I think he scored 10 out of the last 11, but even by missing the last one, I think that duty will go over to, rightly so, to Ward-Prowse. And he's never looked happy. He doesn't look happy when he's on the bench, doesn't look happy when he usually gets subbed, and it doesn't seem to be any chemistry between him and David Moyes. That's with a lot of players anyway. That's his management style. I just like people like Klopp, who kind of show a bit more emotion towards their players on the pitch, that kind of thing. And I know who I'd rather play for, really. But Benrahma, surprisingly, he's definitely going to move, I think. There's so many clubs after him. There's about 3 French clubs, I think, link with him. So if I have a look at that quickly, well, the most interesting one is Brentford. Brentford are linked with him. He came from there, and I don't know if we still owe some instalments towards that. That will help, I don't know. But Brentford have certainly got in touch with West Ham and his representatives, and they're kind of leading the bid to sign him back. There's also interest, like I said, from France, from Marseille and Lyon, as well as a bit of attention from Fulham and Wolverhampton Wanderers, really. He started his career with Nice before going to Brentford, and he looks like he wouldn't mind. He wouldn't mind going anywhere at those clubs. He's still fondly remembered at Brentford. Nice family club for him. He started his mainstream football in France. He wouldn't mind going back there. Speaks French, as you know, from Algeria, so no issues there. I just hope and pray that this is a permanent deal. We get some money back in the coffers, because it's just that I think all these players you sell outside of Premier League, they ain't got no money, or they don't want to part with any money, and we're just getting done. They're offering like 2-3 million up front, don't want to pay the salary, and then they know we're desperate. There's only 2 windows, June windows really, and when we get stitched up, we want to buy a player due to Premiership clubs being desperate because of the window, the format of it. More than likely you pay over the odds because they know you're desperate, you need a player in that window, right? And then when it doesn't work out, they're more than happy to take him back for 5% of the fee. It's an absolute joke. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I don't really like this window format. I don't care if a club can come in for your player any time in the window. Listen, if he's under contract, you can say no and fuck off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like restrictions like that. I think players are still unsettled. And then I don't think it's a very clever way of doing it. I think the agents make more money this way. Players make more money and all that kind of thing. I think there's rumours why Rice went to Arsenal because his dad was the agent, and that was the last window before he could have made his money. It's a fucking joke, really. So Benrahma, again, I've never had anything personal against any of these clubs. I've been hammering Antonio, I'm hammering Benrahma purely because of what I see on the pitch. I can't go into why that's happening. Is it David Moyes? Is it the tactic? I can only judge by how they're playing on the pitch. I know those tactics from David Moyes are up and down in our eyes, but a few good players are doing all right. Paqueta's all right with it. Kudos has learned to play with it. Alvarez is all right with it. Emerson is getting better and better. Kufal's been steady. Souček is steady with it. So lots of players are right with it, right? So, listen, he could go back to Brentford and be world beater. I don't know. I don't think he ever was a world beater at Brentford, but he'll be certainly do a lot more than he does with us, and the manager probably knows how to get more out of him, really. So that's kind of the first news. Bergwijn, he's still on our radar. He's still one of our firm favourites, but we need to get people out the door first. And by that, I probably mean money up front. So the carer thing has not really helped that much. Got a few wages off the books and space in the squad, but we need a bit more money because Bergwijn is around 20-25 million pounds. He's the one I want because I think he's David Moyes' player. He's a Bowen. He's a mini Bowen. He's built like a tank. Very, very strong. Very, very quick. Doesn't mind running back and tracking back. He's got good finish on him. Can play up front. Can play on that left troublesome side for us. Relationship with Ajax. Bought 2 players from them. I think Bergwijn is the one for me, really. Another one that's getting momentum, everyone, is, I haven't spoke about him before, is Goodmanson. So let me just get his details up for you guys. I'm just going to share my screen and then we'll take it from there, as I like to do. So let's share the screen with Goodmanson. There we go. So I'm hoping you can see that. Where is he? There we go. So Albert Goodmanson, 26 years old, from Iceland, 35 caps, 6 goals. What I've seen him in terms of, action on YouTube is that he's a different build to what's his name? Oh, bloody hell, there's all these names I just forget all the time. So Bergwijn's more stocky, more muscly, powerful build. Goodmanson is a bit more taller, a bit more slimmer, very direct, runs straight at defenders, which they hate. He seems to play in a 2 up front on the left side, I've seen, in terms of their formations, really. So when I look at if I give you an example, when I look at they drew 1-1 with Inter Milan after Christmas, and they played 3-5-2 with Goodmanson up front on the left side, and similar with the Juve. So apparently he can play left wing, he can play right wing, he can play all these different things. Best attributes I've been told is that his flair, its finishing, his agility off the ball, dribbling, ball control, crossing. So it looks like, he's very, very confident in terms of trying to. I'm just going to have something to drink one moment. Still struggling to shake this cold off 100%. It's really, really getting on my nerves now. But yeah, what I can judge is that he's He's very good in terms of ball control. I've seen him receive it from 20 yards, and he's controlled it really, really well. As soon as he gets it, he just wants to run at defenders and wingers. Good old traditional winger, I like that. Whereas a lot of our people, like especially Benrahma, he stops the ball, he looks back, he looks sideways, no confidence to go forward. And that's what happened to Filippo Anderson under Moyes as well. But the thing with him is he might not be able to be that bold in the Premiership. He might lose it more often than not, whereas in Italy I think he's getting a bit more room, and their defenders are perhaps not as strong as ours here. But that's what he likes to play. He scores a lot of goals, got a good number of assists as well, 17 appearances, 8 goals, 2 assists. So he's more kind of up front on the left side. 3 yellow cards. In terms of transfer values, they signed him from AZ Alkmaar 21-22 season for just 1.5 to 3 million. And in terms of value, 16 million he's valued here. I don't know. I think again, it's just the kind of thing where they know a Premiership team's coming for you. They're gonna add another 10 million to that and say we won 2025, we won 20 million plus 5 added on. So he's a good kind of age, 26. But I would prefer Bergwijn, I think. And in terms of the sort of the league position, Genoa are kind of lower mid-table. But yeah, he plays right-footed, left-footed. So it looks like Bowen and Kudos, he can play both feet, which is really, really good. But I just prefer Bergwijn myself. But he could be a good kind of option if Bergwijn doesn't come off really. Let me just show you one more thing filtering through. Again, it goes back to a lot of our transfers, how they kind of flawed really. And I did mention this guy before, but I don't think you guys remember. He's a forgotten guy. So here he is. There you go. We signed this guy this time last year. We signed him from Brazil, Sao Paulo. I didn't know who the hell he was. I was surprised we got a work permit for him. Let me just bring his face a bit down. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. That's better. So yeah, we signed him from Sao Paulo. Didn't know much about him. I don't know, $1 million gone down the drain. They tried him in under 21. They've tried him in 1 or 2 other matches. Apparently he's shit. One game was 3 centre-backs. He was the worst out of them. I think we drew or lost a game. He's going back to Brazil. So I don't know. This was obviously before Tim. And this goes back to why we sacked or got rid of Rob Newman. I think fucking did nothing at West Ham. Hopefully under Tim, we don't do these kind of crappy deals, everyone. So he is on his way back. Apart from that, like I said, yeah, we are trying to work out. Well, no one really... The thing with Cornet is, right, no one's come in for him, and it's got to be to do with that. He's not going to pass the medical, so that's kind of worrying, and that's why I think he came on that game. We got so desperate that maybe the club realised that until the summer we've just got to play him, because we probably agreed or accepted he's not going to be bought by anyone now due to the medical issue. So you might as well just play him. If he breaks down, he breaks down. And I believe in the summer, if this thing carries on, or perhaps the new manager will want to look at it, I don't know. But if this carries on the way it is, we'll probably just pay up his contract. And then he can go and do whatever he wants. I don't know. That's kind of on that one. Ben Johnson, I've heard, is refusing to sign a contract. Again, new manager comes in. He has a run in the team at his favoured fullback position. He might be, from what I've seen of him last couple of years, he's terrible. He's a bit like Agard. Going into Agard, that's come up again in the news. So I don't know if I've got extra news on Agard. Yeah, so news coming from ex-employee, again, Agard, what I've been saying, what I've been banging on about him, that, yeah, there are concerns regarding Agard with a defender linked with a possible exit. And what's interesting, what's coming in now is that, yeah, there are concerns within the club. There are, because with his play, there are consistent errors which have been a running theme for some time now. And more interestingly, recently now, the club are saying that there are question marks in terms of his commitment, with the player making himself unavailable due to illness before he went away with Morocco for the AFCON. There appears possibly to be in a lack of hunger to return to. And that's what I told you guys, that he didn't fancy it and he didn't want to come back. You could tell his head was down. He's not strong enough to go through this bad run of form and turn it around. So in terms of personality, I don't think he's got it. And he just probably thought, yeah, I'm not well, mate. I don't want to play. I don't want none of it. So that's kind of coming from there. So there's a lot of, I don't know. I just want to, yeah. I mean, it's all historic. It's before Tim, isn't it? Call it BT time, isn't it? Before Tim. So all this shit before Tim with Rob Newman, it's all this crap happening now. Since Tim comes in, Mavropoulos is still a bit 50-50, but you can tell he's a good lad. I don't think he would hide too much. You know, he's got a few things to his game. Yeah, I'm not sure about Mavropoulos, but I'll leave it there. Still early days, but you've seen the well Kudos has settled in, Ward-Prowse, Alvarez. So those kind of players are good. And then you got to say good when he's good. Emerson has really proved me wrong this season. He's doing good. Souček's got a new contract. He stays for the next 3-4 years. Kufal, I'm not sure about whether he's been offered something he's not happy with or he's accepted something he's not happy with it. I don't know which one of those two that issue is. Zuma is still injured, I think. Again, that's always going to be a concern for us going forward. Oggy is hanging in there for us, trying to help us during this transfer window. So injuries and things, so that's kind of carrying on. Areola's another nice thing. Last 2-3 games, I think he's getting better bit by bit. Mubama, like I said, he ain't really going to get a chance under David Moyes. As soon as the big boys are fit, he's just going to be sitting on the bench, unfortunately. Connor Coventry, there could be a good chance that he's going to go. There's so many clubs after in terms of a loan deal for him. Who else is out there? I think that's most of the players in and around on the fringes of the team, isn't it, really? But it looks like we are definitely trying to bring players in, trying to do things early, forced to do things early, forced to be proactive, which is brilliant. And yeah, Bergwijn's been contacted. Goodmanson, I can't tell you that we've been in touch with him, but he's a player that could help us. But Bergwijn, we've definitely been in touch with him. He's definitely on our list. Even Fabrizio Romano said that. And for Benrahma's personal sake and my mental state, yeah, go somewhere and be happy and good luck in your life, mate. It's just not happening for you. And the more you play, the more you shit, the more I'm going to ever go you, the more I get frustrated, the more you get frustrated. So that's the thing with him. And Kara, thankfully, he's gone. He's a load of shit as well for me. And yeah, hopefully, I think we need to get one of them out the door for some kind of money, and then we really can start to put money down for one of these players that we're interested in, really. In terms of an analysis show, I'm kind of doing it all in one, really. So Bergwijn, you all know about Bergwijn. He plays on that left side. He can play up front. He's captain of Ajax. Lots of appearances for Spurs, most of them as a sub. He didn't let anyone down. I thought he looked brilliant. Definitely David Moyes type of player, and he'll be okay for us, I think. Goodmanson is different build, more skinnier, slightly taller. Again, plays up front or can play in the left or right wing. I've seen him take penalties. Very direct. But the thing with him, I think in the Premiership, he will not be able to just run at people like that. He'll lose it a lot. So he'll have to change his game a bit, and I think get physically a bit more muscle and upper body, I think, because that's that kind of league. That issues you ain't got with Bergwijn. He's a very strong player. I ain't seen player with thighs and fucking legs like that since Mark. He's built like an ox. He's a mini Rooney. He got no issues on the physical side at all with Bergwijn, right? And he's also played in the league. He knows what it's about. So Bergwijn for me, number one. Goodmanson, I'd rather just sit on the bench with Goodmanson, but I think we need to chat about it because his name is being linked with us. But I can't tell you we've been in touch with him, and I can't tell you if he's on our list. But he's kind of, someone's making something up about it. There might be a story linking or not. I'm not sure about. Again, Agard is linked to Kilman, isn't he? The Wolves guy, 26, from Maidenhead, where Alan Devonshire manages. Incidentally, he came to Wolves. Their captain, incidentally, as well. So we're looking at two captains. That one will only move if Agard, and we can get 20-30 million back for him. I don't know. Things can move very quickly, very late. So him being in the AFCON doesn't help. Saudis are sniffing around our guard. We'll see. I don't know what reputation he's got out there in Africa and Middle East. I don't know. Or he's been hurt by his time at West Ham. I don't know. But it looks like he doesn't fancy it at West Ham anymore. It's a high-pressure club, London club, in the media. The fans going to get on your back. It doesn't get easier any game you play. And he doesn't defend. His confidence is gone, and looks like he'd rather just stay away and move on. He doesn't want. He'd rather go back to a little easy league like French league, things like that, mate. You know, so we don't need those type of players really. Moyes in, Moyes out debate. I just want to reiterate what my last stance was on this. I was always Moyes out. Then after the Arsenal win, I said there's too much going for him in terms of sixth in the league, trophy last year, in Europe for 3 years in a row, apart from 1 year, top 7, good core team, too much going for him. And I thought, if he can, buy that striker, but play a bit more attacking football, and I was okay for him to carry on. That's my stance at the moment. But listen, we're only halfway through the season. We could go out the FA Cup. We could go out, Europa next game. Might not get these players back. We might not have a good January window. He might resort to playing that don't want the ball anymore again with this weakened team, which will go down badly. So against the next 2 games with the weakened team, if he continues to play this 10%, 90% don't want possession, we're going to go downhill quickly, mate. We're going to get flushed down the bog. So if he carries on down that way with this team, or he doesn't come up with option 2 or bring more attacking players in, then obviously I'm going to be Moyes out at the moment. But I'm still giving him the chance to use this window. And February, March, me along with the board will know if he's listening to us or not, because the job's there for him. But if he carries on being stubborn, playing the same way, and okay, it works sometimes. Sometimes it ain't going to work, and that's where the worry is he doesn't change it, because he's not got nothing on the bench. So he's got to fix. He's got to play slightly better football, more attacking football, more entertaining football. He's got to buy a striker. I don't fucking care what it is. And he's got to start buying players on the bench and squad that he's going to use and help the 11, really. So that's kind of where I'm coming from, really. I'm giving him a chance to fix 1 or 2 things, and we'll see how it goes, really. So that's it from me. Again, I'll be back with shows as and when required, and any breaking news and things like that. You guys have a good, what we got, midday, afternoon, evening, whatever left of Thursday, really. So yeah, come on, you irons. You take care. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing. We want to get to 3,000 subs for the West Ham Irons channel. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.